Hi everybody, just giving a little live video here from Khoisan, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to go to Khoisan a number of times this summer, just here with work, and it's just a gorgeous fall day here. I'm just here at the temple. I've just been sitting for about 45 minutes with Kukai Kobayashi. I'm just so blessed and fortunate to be here, and just getting the energy here and the blessing, which is wonderful. So, yeah, I just wanted to have a little short video, just again on Mahamudra, kind of one of the flavors of Mahamudra. Went over the 6 flavors, as we've seen, between the 4 different schools of emptiness, starting the Vaibhashika, Sautrantika, the Yogacara, and Madhyamika schools, and then gave a sort of a quick video just on also the flavor of emptiness, seeing emptiness as bliss and emptiness, according to more of a tantric view. And I just wanted to sort of, I guess, just the blessings here of Kukai, his ordination name being Ocean of Emptiness here, and the founder of Shingon Tantric Buddhism. And he's just like a figure to Japanese people like Guru Rinpoche for Tibetans, and he is a very precious teacher. So just sort of feeling blessed with this, being here at Khoisan, one of my favorite places in the world, just to sort of reflect a little bit on emptiness. And I was just thinking, like, again, if we're looking at the mind, the conventional nature of the mind, which is, we say it in terms of Buddhist low rig, mind and mental factors, we say that the definition of mind is clear and cognizing. Clear being immaterial, having no form or definition, and cognizing meaning knowing or awareness. And so I found this interesting because it's a similar definition that you can actually in Aristotle, Dhyānama. Dhyānama being, when he talks at sort of the end of the text on the intellect, or the noetic soul. You've got the nutritive soul, the animal soul. So we go from the biological functionings of the soul to being the sensible soul, which is defined by the imagination, ability to picture image alternatives, because the sentient being wants to be happy and doesn't want to suffer. So the imagination comes in to sort of pursuing alternatives, being able to direct your life towards what you want to be happy and what you don't want, and you don't want to suffer. But the human soul in particular has logic and language. And so the noetic soul, as Aristotle says, the passive side of it, he says, is like wax, clear wax, takes on the form of anything. So to be able to take on the form of anything, to know anything, it can't have a form. It has to be just like a sheer openness to the world. As Saskia would call it, a nothingness, a no-thingness. So again, this is sort of the Buddhist definition of being clear or immaterial, not having a form. And then the active side of the intellect, so we have sort of the potential and the actual, or passive and active. He says, Aristotle says, it's like light. It allows the object of the mind to show itself as it is to the mind. So there's a spaciousness, and it's a space for whatever it is to appear, and then the light of knowing knows it as such. It allows it to present itself. Phenomenon in Greek meaning that which comes into the light. So I think that, and again, that would be sort of kind of interesting. It's interesting in Buddhist definition then, clear and cognizing. So that would be the light, would be the awareness. So if the mind is a sheer openness, like space and like light, and then knowing that the mind itself is an object possessor, it always has an object, it's always knowing something, whether it's an object external to itself, so to speak, something else, or itself. And an object always has 2 natures ontologically. You could say that go together like 2 sides of a coin, which is its conventional nature and its ultimate nature. So the relative nature, karmic nature, and the ultimate nature of emptiness. And so we can talk about looking at things on a conventional level as being more in terms of superficial cause and effect. Going a little deeper, wholes and parts or relationships. And then going deeper into that, ultimately things exist by being labeled by the mind. Got a big tour group going here. So that's the deepest level of emptiness, of dependent arising on a conventional level, sort of the ultimate conventional nature of the mind. Or of things, is that they're labeled by the mind conceptually, or through language, through grammar, so to speak. That's what it means for things to be dependent arising. And then on an ultimate level, they don't have a nature. They are the emptiness is a negation of the impossible way existing. In other words, claiming that a thing they says exists from its own side. It's a Tibetan term, a little bit clunky. The idea that it exists without a relationship to anything else. So I just wanted to say it's interesting is that the mind, because it is always has an object, and an object always has a conventional ultimate nature. The mind always is connected to emptiness. It is always knowing emptiness. Whether it's of the object or of itself, depending on what it's meditating on. So if you're meditating on Mahamudra, the mind meditating on itself, it will realize first its conventional nature being clear and cognizing, and then we can see that even that is labeled by the mind, that the ultimate nature of the mind is emptiness. So a space-like mind, a luminous mind, space-like and luminous, is meditating on space like emptiness. So like a crystal, if we can think about the two analogies we want to use, that mind being empty space, being like clear wax, or just like a crystal that you can see through, like a diamond, and then like light. And it's meditating on the emptiness of everything, which is like a diamond, in the sense that it's invisible and an ultimate, and only a diamond can kind of diamond the hardest thing possible. So diamond mind meditating, or by nature connected to the diamond-like quality of emptiness. So I just wanted to say, it's kind of, so just think about this, like what does that mean? That basically in Dzogchen they always talk, there's a little image where they say that a swan can separate milk from water when it's drinking, it's kind of a funny analogy, but basically underneath all of our delusions is our Buddha nature, that there is this mind that on a conventional level is space-like and luminous, and it is always engaged with emptiness. It is emptiness, and the objects it knows are empty as well. So emptiness, the mind's empty quality and knowing emptiness is always already here with us at each moment. It's not something external, something immanent. It's something that can be disclosed or revealed at any moment through our practice. And so this is really our Buddha nature, and as one of our dear friends always said, this fact of your Buddha. I know Kagyu Lama Taisita Rinpoche, they said, like if you had to teach somebody Buddhism in just 2 minutes, what would you teach? You say Buddha nature. That's what I would teach. If I had to sort of teach anybody, just had like a quick chat, I would say that. And my friend always said, one of my good Dharma friends years and years ago said that your Buddha nature can never become anything different than it is. In a sense, you can never, it's always already there. That nature of the mind, the conventional nature of the mind, and the ultimate nature of the mind is always already there, lifetime to lifetime. No matter who you are, what you're doing, that's always already there. And nothing can change that. There's nothing you can do to make that otherwise. There's nothing you can do to stain that, obliterate it, remove it, break it, crack it. It's always already there, sort of underneath the appearance of all things, so to speak, but at the same time marbled through all things. Basically, when we look around at every moment, just all the appearances we have, the phenomena of the mind cognizing, the mind is engaged with emptiness in and through that, always. It's always here. The diamond-like mind, the diamond-like quality of things, like a crystal, like light. Everything is light. So it's important to really remember that at each moment, to really think about what that means, that all things are light, all things are holy, all things are sacred, all things are pristine, all things are pure. And that's that's our, as Trungpa would say, like our fundamental sanity, our fundamental goodness. And it's just really important to remember that. If we can just remember that, if we can just embody that, if we can just really, really know that, that's the great sort of gift or message of the Buddha. Okay. Lots of love. Talk to you next time.